So, hello again. We are coming down to putting together our subwoofer, one of them that will be included in this build. We have a 8-inch from Skar Audio here, ZVX series, 900 watt RMS, 1100 watt peak. And here we have our slap box. That is the actual name, if you haven't heard of them. It's from Life After Bass. They produce these. What is a slap box? If you take what you get with your, what's a good example? How about your car, right? So we'll use my Jeep for instance. It comes with 270 horsepower from OEM there, from the factory. And with a few tweaks, we can get 350 horsepower out of that Jeep now. And so that's what the slap box does. It takes that factory spec and tweaks it better. So they, little concept there. So same concept, totally different scenario, but it fits the bill, I think. So if you get the idea, it's going to hit a little harder, a few tones lower than the factory. We're going to be using binding post here. Dayton Audio. Also some ring terminals from Fosgate. Our wire is 8 gauge. This is Sky High Car Audio. It's good wire, good stranded wire. It's kind of like, I don't know how many groupings in there, but nice and fluff to work with. I'm using this stuff strictly internally, inside the boxes to run from the terminals. I get a little more light in there. There's our binding post there, and down here we have the port that will run all the way along, and then shows up over here and pumps out the bass. So have taken and put inserts in. Do that with everything. This box is nicely sealed. Life After Bass, they do a fantastic job, just a fantastic job. This here is called Wave Breaker. It's by Hushmat. Best way to explain what a wave breaker does is, as your bass is coming, boom, 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 as that thing's flexing. When it comes back out, also that sound that it just pushed in, that sound wave that just boom, the air is also trying to come back at it. This takes it out of there. What does that do when it comes back and bounces right back into the sub? Any speaker for that matter, is distortion. So this helps. Again, personal preferences here. So there we have just one nut so far on each post. Get a little bit more into that. Before we touch on that, keep in mind again, these are what can we do, not how-tos. So they're very vague in how did we get here. Kind of showing you before I button something up what it's going to be. This is the washer and bolt screw, whatever, for the machine screw, fancy name, for the mounting of the sub to the box. This is copper. We have infinity kappas for our mid ranges all the way around. We did also throw in an 8-inch 400 watt kappa sub that's going to go in the factory installed box. These will not be generally used together. We'll be able to play many genres of music and have different sounds for different music. So hence the slap box. We also have a DC audio, also slap box. 6.5 inch. This is from the M3 series. 300 RMS and 600 peak. That'll be running off of a either a T500 by Rockford Fosgate, or on a Punch 1000 X5 5-channel. 4 mids and a sub channel. This is a 2 ohm sub dual voice, so it'll be running at 1 ohm when wired. And out of the P1000, we can get 500 watts at 1 ohm. Same versus on the T500. I did not get a burst sheet. I bought remanufactured on the Ps, so not quite sure. The T500 boasts about 743 on one, 723 or 4 on another. So, a good 200 watts over rated. So plenty of power, more power than what these subs will need. So that's good news there. So again, can-dos, not how-tos. Important factor here, folks. Here, so in the binding post, most of the hardware's coming out. Again, the nut we saw inside on the current, the binding post is dark in there now. So, got the nut in there, and then we'll have a serrated copper, which will touch the back of the platinum plated Rockford ring terminals. And then we'll have this on the front side, a lock washer and copper nut. So all copper touched in there with a stainless end cap, just to make sure nothing's coming loose when we're banging. We did, here's where we get the can-dos. This is the, post mount for the subwoofer. It's one of these from the opposite side here. So that's why the copper's there, is because of the accent for the kappas. Here you see we've removed the one there. This is just for the understanding of what it is we're doing. So these we enlarged to get our 8 gauge in there, and it's really to fit the copper reducers. But shout out to tool maker, Metalworks. That's with a Z if you don't know. For their fine copper skills. Also, this is all my money. That's what I spent. Nothing here has been given to me. Again, this is personal preference and what we can do. So here is the harness I made internally. So this will connect to the binding post inside there, right? We have our, right? So, and those are our Rockford ring terminals here. So we were positive and negative. Again, we're in dual voice here, so this will be one side of the sub, and the other side there, wired up on the coil there. So that's what we got our 2 for our terminals, binding post. So that's what's going into the build for the Skar 8-inch. There's just a shot of the outside there. You know, if you're into this stuff, these are the ferrules in there. I think that's what they call those little copper tines that you know, insert inside here. So those are inside there, and these are the ends of those. So they have a nice flat spot on them, and so those will then go into here, okay, which is you know, in our sub up here. So it'll be this way, and then I you know, fabbed up, not really had to fab, but found some little stainless screws that I then will torque in there, and that'll put the pressure on, you know, so it doesn't come out. And I might even still heat shrink these, you know, like that. I'm not sure though, up on the sub. Where we come into difficulties was, you know, you put these on the sub, and boy, you know, there's not really room to get that in, so they are pressed all the way up against the surface there. I put some electrical tape on there, and again, that might be the reason that we shrink wrap the other ends. Well, I don't know what I'm talking about there. I mean, obviously we are, because that's what these are. Dork. Okay, well, folks, I'm gonna keep these 10 to 12 minutes. We're already over 12, pushing 13. Sorry, let's put this in there. It'll be a lot trickier to get it in there once I had the copper back on there. But then we have these made up, and that will kind of be how she goes in the end. So yeah, and we'll have some more stuff as well on it as we go, but yeah, that'll kind of be our hoorah on there, folks. Appreciate you checking it out, and more to come. Thanks.